Have you ever searched for a flight one day, waited a little longer to book, and then watched the price jump by hundreds of dollars overnight? Or maybe you've spent hours comparing flights across different websites, convinced you found the best deal possible, only to discover later that another traveler paid significantly less for the exact same route. Most people assume finding cheap flights comes down to luck, but that's not true. The reality is that experienced travelers follow a system. They know where to search, when to book, which airports to consider, and even how to take advantage of pricing quirks that most people never notice. And the best part, none of these strategies require travel expertise. They're simple techniques that anyone can use to potentially save hundreds of dollars on their next trip. In today's video, we're breaking down some of the smartest flight booking strategies that freak travelers use to consistently find better deals. From powerful search tools and flexible routing tricks to points optimization and post-booking savings opportunities, these tips could completely change the way you book flights. If you want more travel tips like this, hit subscribe. 1. Make Google Flights your first stop. When it comes to finding cheap flights, the tool you use matters. Many travelers still jump between multiple websites, trying to piece together information from different sources. One site for price predictions, another for flexible dates, and another for route comparisons. But Google Flights has become one of the most powerful all-in-one flight search tools available. One of its biggest advantages is the date grid feature. Instead of checking dates individually, you can instantly compare multiple departure and return combinations to identify the cheapest options. The price graph takes things a step further by showing how fares fluctuate over time, making it much easier to spot travel dates that offer better value. Even shifting your departure or return date by just 1 or 2 days can sometimes save hundreds of dollars. The calendar view is equally useful because it displays fares throughout the month, allowing you to quickly identify lower-priced travel periods. Another powerful feature is fare tracking. Google Flights can show whether the current fare is considered low, typical, or high based on historical pricing data. If the price isn't ideal, simply activate price alerts and receive notifications whenever fares change. Transparency is another major advantage. Many travelers get surprised by baggage fees late in the booking process. Google Flights can help reveal those costs up front, making it easier to compare the true total price. And when you're ready to purchase, you can often book directly through the airline, which is generally the safest and most reliable option. 2. Book earlier than you think. For years, conventional travel advice suggested booking domestic flights a few months in advance and international flights around 6 months ahead. Today, things aren't quite so predictable. Fuel costs, airline capacity adjustments, seasonal demand, and global events can all impact ticket prices with little warning. As a result, waiting too long can become an expensive gamble. If you're planning travel during busy seasons, especially summer months, booking earlier rather than later may help you avoid significant fare increases. Many travelers hesitate because they're worried their plans could change. Fortunately, many airlines now offer more flexible fare options. As long as you avoid the most restrictive fare classes, you may be able to change your itinerary without paying major penalties. In many cases, canceled trips can be converted into airline credit for future travel. The key is reading the fare rules carefully before purchasing. And whenever possible, book directly through the airline's website rather than relying on third-party booking platforms. If you're enjoying the video so far, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. 3. Compare one-way flights instead of round-trip tickets. One of the most common travel myths is that round-trip tickets are always the cheapest option. In reality, that's often not the case. Airlines constantly adjust prices based on demand, competition, and route performance. As a result, one carrier may offer the cheapest outbound flight while another offers the best return fare. Instead of automatically selecting a round-trip ticket, search for each direction separately. For example, Airline A may offer an outbound flight for $60, while charging $150 for the return journey. At the same time, Airline B may offer an equally convenient return flight for only $70. By combining the two, you could significantly reduce your overall travel costs. This strategy is especially effective on domestic routes where airline competition is high. Taking a few extra minutes to compare one-way options can lead to surprisingly large savings. 4. Look beyond the obvious airports. Most travelers search only the airport closest to their destination. That can be a costly mistake. Many major cities are served by multiple airports, and price differences between them can be substantial. Take New York as an example. Flights into JFK, Newark, and LaGuardia can vary dramatically in price, despite serving the same metropolitan area. The same principle applies to countless cities around the world. Expanding your search to include nearby airports often reveals opportunities that many travelers miss. For even bigger savings, consider what experienced travelers call a positioning flight. A positioning flight is a short, inexpensive flight that gets you to a larger airport where international fares may be significantly cheaper. Imagine your local airport offers flights to Europe for over $1,000. Meanwhile, a major hub located a short flight away has fares available for nearly half that amount. Even after paying for the positioning flight, you could still come out hundreds of dollars ahead. This approach requires a bit more planning, but the savings can be substantial on long-haul routes. By the way, quick question. If you've ever found a great deal by flying from an alternative airport, drop it in the comments to help other travelers. 5. Make your points and miles work harder. If you've been collecting airline miles or credit card rewards, this might be the perfect time to start using them strategically. One challenge many travelers face is determining whether paying cash or redeeming points provides better value. That's where a tool like PointsPath becomes incredibly useful. The browser extension integrates directly into Google Flights and displays award pricing alongside regular cash fares. This allows you to compare both options instantly. Sometimes paying cash is the better choice. Other times, redeeming points can provide exceptional value. Instead of manually checking multiple airline loyalty programs, you can see everything in one place and make a more informed decision. Over time, this simple strategy can dramatically increase the value you receive from your rewards. 6. Test different booking locations with a VPN. Now let's talk about one of the most interesting flight booking tactics available today. Many travelers don't realize that airlines sometimes display different prices depending on where a customer appears to be located. In other words, travelers searching from different countries may occasionally see different prices for the exact same flight. A VPN allows you to change your virtual location and compare fares from multiple regions. While savings aren't guaranteed, some travelers have reported substantial differences simply by changing their virtual location before searching. This strategy tends to be most effective on international routes where pricing discrepancies between regions can be larger. When booking expensive long-haul flights, even a relatively small percentage discount can translate into hundreds of dollars saved. Let me give you a real example so you can see exactly how powerful this is. I was in Canada doing a search for a one-way flight from JFK to Athens. The price displayed was $562. I then switched my virtual location to the United States using a VPN and searched again. That exact same flight dropped to $885 USD, which works out to around $1,232 Canadian dollars. That single move saved me over $250, and I did absolutely nothing different except change my virtual location. It's definitely worth testing before making a major purchase. This trick tends to work best on international routes because price gaps between regions are usually the most dramatic on those longer hauls. 7. Keep watching prices after you book. Most people stop paying attention to flight prices as soon as their booking confirmation arrives. But experienced travelers know that the savings opportunities don't necessarily end there. Every few weeks, it's worth checking whether the price of your flight has changed. Depending on the airline and fare type, you may be eligible to receive travel credit or other compensation if prices drop. In some cases, airlines even allow travelers to reprice eligible tickets. The process is often surprisingly simple and can result in meaningful savings with very little effort. The key is booking fares that provide flexibility rather than choosing the most restrictive options available. 8. Understand which airlines offer fare adjustments. Some airlines have policies that allow travelers to benefit from lower prices even after booking. Depending on the fare class and airline rules, a drop in price could qualify you for travel credits or ticket repricing. This is why flexibility matters so much. The absolute cheapest ticket isn't always the best value if it removes your ability to make changes later. Before completing your purchase, spend a few extra minutes reviewing change policies, cancellation rules, and fare adjustment options. Those details can end up being worth far more than the small difference between fare classes. 9. The real secret to cheaper flights. After everything we've covered, one thing becomes clear. The biggest flight savings rarely come from a single trick. Instead, they come from combining multiple smart strategies together. Use Google Flights to find the best dates. Book earlier when demand is rising. Compare separate one-way tickets. Take advantage of points and miles. Test different booking locations. And continue monitoring prices even after you've booked. Each tactic can save money individually, but when combined, they can dramatically reduce the cost of travel and help you keep more money in your pocket for the experiences that actually matter. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What's the best flight deal you've ever found, and what strategy helped you get it? Share your experience in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share it with fellow travelers, and subscribe for more travel tips, money-saving strategies, and smarter ways to explore the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.